I realized that food isn't just about what we eat, it's about systems. I started learning about the food system first because I figured that it's a good entry point since everyone eats. And essentially, I want to build regenerative systems, become a sustainability specialist here in the future. And food system was the entry point that I chose. But I will get around to learning all of the systems in due time. But as I learn and teach and educate myself, I will continue to make videos to educate you guys, bring awareness to the world on our systems that essentially control our population, society, and our world. So what is a food system? A food system includes all processes and infrastructure involved in feeding the population. So everything involved in getting food from land or sea to the people and what happens afterwards. That's the food system. A food system includes how food is grown, how food is sold, how food is transported, how food is processed, who has access to it, and who controls each step. Every food system includes three flows: the flow of food, money, and power. The flow of food, being the literal journey of food, includes where food is grown or harvested, where food is processed, where food is sold, where it's eaten, and where the waste ends up. A perfect example of the flow of food would be corn is grown in the Midwest, right? It's sent to a processing plant, then it's turned into corn syrup, then it gets shipped to factories, then it gets sold in soda worldwide, right? And then the waste end up in landfills and waterways. Then you have the flow of money. In the food system, food flows one way, money flows the opposite. Let me give you an example. So let's say I buy a banana at the store for $5. As soon as I pay for this banana, the money's gonna go initially to the retailer, then it's gonna go to a distributor, then it's gonna go to the processor, and then it's gonna go to the corporation, and lastly, it's gonna go to the farmer. Although the farmer grew the food, right, the crop, the banana, he gets paid the least because he only gets cents out of those $5. In the food system, money concentrated at the top, therefore the corporations makes the most profit. And then you have the flow of power. This is considered the invisible one because it is the most important, yet is the hardest to see. Power here decides what gets grown, how it gets grown, what's available, and what policies exist. An example of the flow of power in the food system would be that a community wants to grow local food, right? But the land is owned by corporations, seeds are patented, it's cheaper to import food than to grow local food, and policy favors large producers. So they can grow food, right? But the system discourages it. So you start to see that power shapes the system more than soil does. I did a rice research last week and I went to Walmart and I chose 4 different rice brands. When I began to look at the rice labels, I realized that the system tells us just enough, but then they hide the rest. Out of 4 of the rice, 3 of them were vague, 1 was fully transparent. 2 of them had place of origin, 2 of them didn't. 2 of them had place of processing, 2 of them didn't. So the labels give you some insight, but leave the rest out because there's no law that forces corporations to be fully transparent with the consumer. They're not forced to tell us where it's origin, where it's processed, where it's distributed. Like, it's not forced to give us transparency on all 3. Just give us some information, but the rest don't matter. That's basically how they say. Corporations are profit driven, not people driven, which is why they prioritize profit over transparency. This channel is about learning to see systems. Food system connects to water, land, power, and people. So this is just the beginning. Before we're able to change systems, we have to first learn how to see them.